Alright guys, so I am going to make this really clear for you here. KLR 650, I have a 2006. What ended up happening was I went to start the bike, and for a couple months it was acting kind of finicky. It didn't really want to start. Sometimes it took a couple pushes on the starter, and then it would fire up. So over time, eventually now it wouldn't fire up at all. So I was push starting the bike today. What I ended up doing is I checked out some forums, looked online. Couldn't find a video or tutorial on YouTube at all, so that's why I did this for you guys. So if you have a KLR 650 and you're having this issue, you'll be able to watch this video and figure it out. I've never done this before, and I figured it out. I wouldn't say I'm that mechanically inclined. I'm kind of a problem solver, so it helped me out here. So here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to show you real good on the video here so you see exactly what I'm talking about. Now there's three possible options for your starter making that clicking sound when you go to start it. One option, you got two safety relays. Okay, you got a top one and a bottom one. My bottom relay was really easy. I read on a forum you could just cut it out and bypass it. So that's what I did. And the way that worked, this right here is the switch off the bottom relay. This right here is my bottom relay. Now I assumed, I was under the assumption when I started this that the bottom relay was bad. I read on some forums, this guy said, hey, I had two of them go out on mine, I bypassed it and haven't had a problem since. So I said, well, that's got to be it, right? So I cut this out. All it took is there's 4 wires under here, the 2 yellow and red striped and a black one, and then a blue and some, I can't remember that last one, but the blue one you don't want to fuck with because that's your ground wire. But the 2 yellow and the black, you just solder all 3 of those together, which I did. You should be able to see right here. They are soldered together, these 3 wires. It was the 2 yellow and red striped, and then the black one, and then the blue and red striped, don't fuck with that one. I just bent it over on itself, and I just electrical taped it to itself so nothing was exposed. These other 3 wires, the 2 yellow and red striped and the black wire, I went ahead and soldered those together and then taped them, and then taped this up out of the way. The bottom relay, this guy right here, was actually connected in like this, right underneath this top relay. This is the top relay right there. So the bottom relay, I took that off. These are the wires from it. They're all connected and out of the way now. Bypassed it, not a problem there. That was actually a pretty quick job there. So I figured, hey, I'll cut that out. That should solve the problem. However, it did not. I cut it out, and I'm still getting the same problem, right? So I said, okay, well, what else can it be? Second option it can be. Could be the actual starter switch. This guy right here, okay? So what I went ahead and did is I took this whole thing apart. Be really careful when you do it because there are some springs in there. It was really gunked up and corroded. So I cleaned all that out really good, put it back together, and now the switch is really, really working good. So I figured, hey, this has got to solve it. I'll hit it and it should fire up. Once again, of course, it's never the first 2 things. When there's 3 things that could be wrong, it's always the third one. It's got to be the last thing, right? So I figured this out because I turned it on. Look, my neutral switch, my neutral light still turning on. That means when I cut out that second relay on the bottom, when I bypassed that, I did it correctly. I wired it all up right because my light's coming on. It's not a problem. My starter is actually still sending signal, sending that electric charge there, and you can hear it clicking. Hear that? And you can tell it's coming from right down here. It's coming from that solenoid. So, process of elimination, I figured it out, and the way I assured that that was actually the problem was this solenoid right here. I read on a forum, I can't remember the guy's name, but he said, yeah, just go ahead and take a pair of pliers. This is actually going straight to the starter. Boom, there's your starter right there. And then this solenoid has a battery hookup on the back right there. So I just took a pair of pliers like the guy said. He said, hey, just touch them together. If your bike fires up, you know that your solenoid's bad. So went ahead, took a pair of pliers, touched those 2 right there, straight to the starter to the battery. Boom, bike fired right up just like that, right up. So I knew immediately my solenoid is bad. Lucky I figured it out. If your bike's doing the same thing, you got a KLR 650 and it's making that click noise when you're hitting it, those are the 3 possibilities of what could be wrong with it. So I eliminated the bottom relay. It wasn't that. Cleaned the switch, the starter switch, wasn't that. Figured out it was the solenoid, and now I know I can go on eBay, looked at it, 13 bucks, pretty cheap, free shipping. I'm going to go ahead and order one of those. Really easy to take off, just 2 bolts and a little plug right there. Nothing too hard, anyone can do that. Now I just gotta wait for it in the mail, which sucks. But I didn't see any videos of anyone actually showing you a tutorial of how to do this. So this is what I'm doing for you. Because I live in Arizona, can't tell. It's hot as shit right now. It's the middle of June, and I really didn't want to be out in the garage for as many hours as I've been out here. But never done this before. I'm not all that mechanically inclined, but I'm a good problem solver, and I figured it out. So hopefully that helps you guys. Good luck. Hopefully it saves you some headache and some time. Yeah, keep riding. Have a good one, guys.